Japanese doctors reveal this simple food could double your chances of living to 100. Imagine reaching 100 years old with a sharp mind, a strong heart, and a light body. No chronic pain, no daily medications, waking up early, cooking your own meals, walking unassisted, keeping the house in order, and even dancing with your grandkids. Sounds like a distant dream. Well, in many regions of Japan, that's everyday life, especially for the elderly in Okinawa. There, it's common to meet men and women aged 95, 100, even 105, harvesting vegetables from their own gardens, hiking through the mountains, practicing Tai Chi at sunrise. The question that's puzzled scientists for decades is, why do they live so long and with such quality of life? The answer may lie in what they put on their plate and what they avoid. In this video, you're going to discover the simple and accessible food that Japanese doctors consider one of the pillars of longevity, how it helps cleanse your body from the inside, lower blood pressure, and protect your heart, and the daily habits you can adopt to live with more health and independence. Just to be clear, we're not talking about trendy diets or expensive supplements. We're talking about ancient tradition, practical wisdom, and cutting-edge science. In fact, according to Japan's Ministry of Health, over 92,000 people have already reached 100 years old while remaining independent, while in the West, millions face chronic illnesses, dependence, and loneliness shortly after turning 60. The difference lies in daily choices. While many Americans rely on processed, packaged foods loaded with sugar and sodium, the Japanese still follow a natural diet, rich in vegetables, fermented foods, and living ingredients. But before we reveal Japan's secret longevity food, let me ask you this. Which city or state are you watching from today? And if you care about your health, your freedom, and your future, subscribe now to the Age with Strength channel. Here, you'll learn how to take care of your body after 60, with simple, effective, and science-backed tips. Important disclaimer, this video is for informational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Always consult your doctor before starting any new diet or health routine. Now, take a deep breath, because what you're about to discover could change your life and maybe bring you closer to reaching 100 with health and happiness. When we look at the countries with the highest life expectancy in the world, Japan has topped the list for decades. But it's not just about living longer, it's about living well. In Okinawa, one of the so-called blue zones, regions of the world where people live longer and healthier lives, researchers have identified something that goes beyond genetics. Studies from the Harvard School of Public Health and the University of Okinawa point to the traditional Japanese lifestyle, where food, movement, purpose, and connection all go hand in hand. And the most surprising part, nothing they do is complicated. In fact, these are simple habits that anyone, anywhere in the world can adopt, including you. Let's start with food, a natural, light, and living diet. Unlike the Western diet, filled with processed and frozen foods, the Japanese still eat fresh vegetables, seaweed, omega-3-rich fish, brown rice, and fermented foods like miso, natto, and tsukemono, traditional pickled vegetables. This combination supports gut health, circulation, and immunity. According to Tufts University, this diet, rich in fiber and natural enzymes, reduces the risk of heart disease, strokes, and even certain types of cancer. But the way they eat also makes a big difference. Harahachi-bu, eating until you're 80% full. This ancient Okinawan principle literally means stop eating when you're 80% satisfied. No overfilled plates. No going back for seconds without real hunger. They respect their bodies and eat mindfully. According to the National Institute on Aging, this habit reduces metabolic stress, improves digestion, and helps maintain a healthy weight over time. And if you found that interesting, wait until you hear the next one. Natural movement throughout the day. While many older adults in the West spend their days between the couch and the TV, the Japanese keep moving, not in gyms, but in everyday life. They walk, clean the house, tend their gardens, climb stairs, cook, sweep, all without relying on machines or caregivers. Kyoto University found that older adults who move naturally throughout the day, even at low intensity, have up to a 40% lower risk of premature death. Social connection and purpose. Finally, something invisible yet essential, a strong sense of community and purpose. There, older adults are not isolated. They are active members of society. They maintain friendships, help neighbors, care for their grandchildren, and most importantly, they have an ikigai, a reason to get up every morning. This sense of purpose is linked to lower stress levels, less depression, and better cardiovascular function. According to studies published in the Journal of Psychosomatic Research, among all the habits that contribute to Japanese longevity, one stands out for a special reason. It nourishes your gut microbiome. It naturally regulates blood pressure, and it activates autophagy, that incredible cellular cleansing process discovered by Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi, Nobel Prize winner in medicine. We're talking about a living, ancestral, fermented food that's present in nearly every meal of Okinawa centenarians. But before we reveal what it is, it's important to understand why it works so well, especially after the age of 60. Your gut, your second brain. Have you ever heard that the gut is our second brain? Well, science confirms it. More than 70% of your immunity is located in your gut, and that's also where neurotransmitters like serotonin are produced, which directly affect your mood, sleep, appetite, and even memory. When the gut is inflamed with constipation, gas, or poor digestion, the whole body feels it. Blood pressure rises. Fatigue sets in. Mental clarity declines. According to Harvard Medical School, keeping the gut healthy is one of the most effective strategies to prevent heart disease, type 2 diabetes, dementia, and even certain types of cancer. And that's where this key food comes in, consumed daily by the Japanese, and almost forgotten in the West. You've probably heard of it, but maybe never gave it much attention. The food is miso, a simple yet powerful fermented condiment made from soybeans, rice, or barley, combined with a fungus called koji dot. You may have tried traditional miso soup at a Japanese restaurant, but what you might not know is that in Japan, miso isn't just a flavor, it's natural medicine. It's found in over 75% of homemade meals in the country, according to Japan's Ministry of Agriculture. And among the elderly in Okinawa, it's considered a sacred food for gut, heart, and brain health. What does science say about miso? Studies conducted by Tohoku University showed that regular miso consumption lowers systolic blood pressure levels, especially in people over 60, improves vascular function and artery elasticity, strengthens immunity by modulating the gut microbiome, and protects against chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, arteriosclerosis, and certain types of cancer. These findings were confirmed by analyses published in the scientific journal Nutrient and in the Mayo Clinic database. What do Japanese doctors say? Dr. Hiromi Shinya, one of Japan's most respected gastroenterologists and author of several bestsellers on gut health, was a strong advocate for miso. According to him, fermented foods like miso are miraculous for the digestive system because they contain live enzymes that help the body digest food more efficiently, absorb nutrients better, and keep the gut clean, which for him was the key to longevity. Dr. Shinya also recommended short-term fasting combined with the intake of living foods like miso to stimulate autophagy and restore the body's balance. After age 60, our bodies go through major changes. Digestion slows down, blood pressure tends to rise, circulation in the legs weakens, and the risk of chronic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and high cholesterol increases. But here's the point. Many of these problems are directly linked to gut health and diet. And that's exactly where miso comes in as a powerful ally for healthy aging. Improves digestion and nutrient absorption. Miso is a living food packed with enzymes and natural probiotics. These compounds help the gut break down food more effectively and absorb essential nutrients like calcium, iron, and B-complex vitamins. According to the Cleveland Clinic, maintaining a healthy gut microbiome after 60 is essential for preventing constipation, improving energy levels, protecting the brain against cognitive decline, and miso strengthens this microbiome without causing irritation or side effects, helps regulate blood pressure. If you struggle with high blood pressure, pay close attention. Japanese studies, published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition, show that despite containing sodium, miso does not raise blood pressure like regular table salt. On the contrary, its bioactive compounds help relax blood vessels and improve circulation. This is thanks to the presence of soy isoflavones, which act as natural antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. That's one of the reasons why miso is so common in the diets of elderly Japanese. It protects the heart without putting extra strain on the cardiovascular system, strengthens immunity, and fights silent inflammation. After age 60, the immune system becomes more vulnerable. But miso, as a fermented food, acts as a natural immune booster. It contains beneficial bacteria that balance the gut and reduce internal inflammation, the kind that increases the risk of arthritis, Alzheimer's, and heart problems, activates autophagy, the body's cellular cleanup. As we mentioned earlier, Dr. Yoshinori Osumi discovered that the body has the ability to recycle damaged cells through autophagy. This internal cleanup helps prevent chronic diseases, keep organs functioning properly, and slow down the aging. Processed and miso, being a fermented food, naturally stimulates this process, especially when consumed regularly and combined with light fasting habits, as recommended by Dr. Yumi Ishihara. Now that you understand the power of miso for your heart, gut, circulation, and longevity, the question is, how can you include this food in your daily routine in a simple, tasty, and safe way? The good news is, you don't need to radically change your diet. Small adjustments can make a big difference. Where to find miso? In the United States, miso can be easily found at natural food stores like Whole Foods or Sprouts, local Asian markets, international food sections at major retailers like Trader Joe's and Walmart. Choose organic, additive-free, unpasteurized miso as it preserves the live probiotics types of miso. Which one to choose? There are three main types of miso: white miso, shiro miso, mild and slightly sweet, great for beginners. Yellow miso, well-balanced flavor, ideal for soups and sauces. Red miso, aka miso, stronger and saltier, best for heartier dishes. If you've never used miso before, start with white miso. It's lighter and easier to adapt to Western tastes. How to prepare miso properly? The most common way to use miso is in soup, simple, nourishing, and perfect for dinner. But here's a very important detail: never boil miso. Excessive heat kills the live probiotics and the benefits are lost. Here's a simple preparation method. Boil water with vegetables such as carrots and onions. Turn off the heat. In a separate bowl, mix 1 teaspoon of miso with a bit of the hot water. Stir until fully dissolved. Only then, add it to the soup off the heat. You can also use miso in salad dressings, mixed with lemon and olive oil. Seasonings for steamed vegetables, spreads with tofu or chickpeas, broth for whole grain noodles or vegetable rice dishes. How often should you consume it? To gain the digestive and cardiovascular benefits of miso, the ideal intake is 3 to 5 times per week, in small portions, about 1 teaspoon per meal. And remember, the more consistent, the better the effect on your body. Precautions. While miso is extremely beneficial, some people should consume it in moderation. Those with severe high blood pressure who take diuretics, consult your doctor before adding any sodium-containing fermented food. People allergic to soy or gluten, since some types of miso are made with barley, choose gluten-free, rice-based versions instead. Other Japanese habits for a longer life. Japanese longevity isn't just about what they eat, it's about how they live. And here's the good news. Many of these habits can be adopted by you, even outside of Japan. Let's explore 4 simple practices that serve as pillars for aging with health and independence. Harahachi-bu, eat until you're 80% full. This ancient philosophy is one of the most respected in Okinawa. It teaches something very simple, yet powerful. Stop eating before you feel completely full, instead of stuffing the stomach. The Japanese listen to their body's signals. This avoids overloading the digestive system, reduces insulin spikes, and lowers metabolic stress, one of the main triggers of chronic disease. Dr. Shigeki Hinohara, who lived to be 105, practiced harahachi-bu every day. He used to say, "Light body, clear mind. I don't eat for pleasure. I eat out of respect for my future." Functional teas for energy, circulation, and immunity. The Japanese drink tea daily, not just as tradition, but as part of their health routine. 2 of the most popular, black tea with brown sugar and ginger, warms the body. improves blood circulation, and aids digestion. Perfect for cold days or after heavier meals. Barley tea Mujica, rich in antioxidants. Caffeine-free, excellent for hydration and lowering blood pressure. These teas are part of the gentle protocols of Dr. Yumi Ishihara, who uses natural liquids to support modified fasting and stimulate autophagy. Ikigai, having a purpose in life. Living longer only matters if there's a reason to get out of bed every day. The Japanese call this ikigai, a personal mission, even if it's something simple. It could be tending to plants, teaching something, cooking for the grandchildren, helping a neighbor. What matters is feeling useful and connected to the world. Research from Toho University shows that older adults with a sense of purpose have lower rates of depression, sleep better, and face up to 30% less risk of early death. Gentle, daily movement. You don't need to go to the gym, but you do need to move. Japanese centenarians sweep their yards, climb stairs, walk to the market, tend their gardens every single day. This type of light, consistent movement improves circulation in the legs, strengthens muscles, and helps prevent falls, one of the leading health risks for seniors in the U.S. These habits, combined with a plant-based functional diet, fermented foods, and mindful fasting, form a natural shield against premature aging, a simple life filled with meaning. In Okinawa, it's common to see a 98-year-old man sweeping his front porch at sunrise, or a 103-year-old woman preparing miso soup for her grandchildren. But the most impressive thing isn't what they do, it's how they do it. They live slowly, with presence, with purpose. They celebrate life in the little things, and that, in itself, is a form of medicine. Hurry, anxiety, and isolation do more harm than time ever could. While the West idolizes youth and productivity, Japan honors aging as a sign of wisdom. Elders are consulted, respected, celebrated, and that has a direct impact on physical, emotional, and even cardiovascular health. What does a typical Japanese longevity morning look like? Imagine starting your day like this. You wake up early without an alarm. You gently stretch your body, open the window, and breathe in the fresh air. You sip on warm tea with ginger and think of something you're grateful for. You prepare a light breakfast, brown rice, steamed vegetables, and a mild miso soup. Then, you walk to the local market. You chat with neighbors. You laugh. You live. This is the daily reality for thousands of Japanese elders, and it can be yours, adapted to your routine, your pace, your story. Simple rituals that heal. The Japanese value silence. Before meals, they say, "Itadakimasu," I humbly receive. That small moment, stopping to give thanks before eating, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reduces stress, and even improves digestion. They also practice Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing. That means walking among trees, slowly. Simply feeling nature. Studies from Nippon Medical School show that this reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and boosts immunity. Adapt it to your reality. You don't need to live in Japan. You don't need forests. You don't even need to speak Japanese. All you need is the willingness to change small habits. One at a time, you can drink your tea while looking out the window. Instead of at the TV, you can walk around the block instead of waiting for a ride. You can call someone instead of staying silent. You can give thanks before eating, breathe before reacting, smile before complaining. This is the essence of Japanese longevity, living in the present with presence, balance, and respect for your body. In this video, you've seen that living to 100 with health and independence isn't a miracle, it's the result of simple choices made every single day. Let's recap the Japanese value living. Natural foods like miso, which support gut health, immunity, and heart function. They practice hara-hachi-bu, eating mindfully and in moderation. They keep their bodies active with light, consistent movement. They maintain strong social bonds, cultivate gratitude, spirituality, and a sense of purpose, ikigai, and they embrace small rituals of presence, silence, and respect for life. You don't have to change everything at once. Start with one habit per week. Whether it's swapping salt for miso, sipping tea slowly, or giving thanks before a meal, these small decisions add up and build a life filled with lightness, autonomy, and hope. And now, a special invitation for those who want to go further. Did you know there are natural, safe, and accessible solutions to help manage blood pressure, improve sleep, boost digestion, and even support diabetes control? If you're looking for a more natural and effective path to care for your health, you need to check out our ebook, Natural Healing Guide. This complete guide brings together the best of natural medicine, herbal teas, medicinal plants, oils, supplements, therapeutic foods, and proven home remedies explained in a simple, direct, and safe way, even for beginners. The link is in the first pinned comment below this video. Don't miss your chance, get yours now. And before you go, tell us in the comments, have you heard of miso before? Is there a Japanese habit you'd like to add to your routine? And, of course, subscribe now to the Age with Strength channel and turn on the notification bell. Every week, we bring you practical tips to help you live with more health, independence, and quality of life even after 60. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Take care of your body with respect, nourish your mind with hope, and remember, it's never too late to live better.